Hi, I'm Barry Stuvey, Chief Mission Integration Officer for the Northwest Washington Service Area. And as we begin this time of the Monday Minutes, I just want to get a distraction out of the way. The Band-Aid on my nose in the middle of this video is from a little bit of skin cancer I've recently had removed. So you can say that I'm a poster child today for managing your sun exposure correctly and making sure that you're wearing sunscreen. So please practice that aspect of self-care. What I'd really like to talk to you about today, though, is our mission and values. As we are having a new opportunity to touch base with those as we put up new posters that have our new mission statement on it, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to reflect a little bit on the history of our current mission statement. That it came about as Providence Health Services and St. Joseph Health came together to form one ministry, two different health systems supported by two different legacies of religious women religious carrying out their ministries in different ways, but having a very common understanding of what that ministry was about. And so the Sisters of Providence and the Sisters of St. Joseph had different ways of articulating a mission of the healthcare system as the two entities came together. There was the early understanding that we wanted to have a common mission statement now that we had a new joint ministry. And there was some thought of doing that right away, right after the merger. But as there was some reflection taken about that process, it was thought wise to take a year of listening to what caregivers thought about the mission, and it's the language that we use to articulate that. What are the words that we want to use to call out our core values? And so there was some listening that went on, opportunities to contribute to that formation of this language. And then over the course of 2017, that listening took place. The formation of the mission and value statements developed. It was run by the sisters, and they had their contributions to that as well. And then in 2018, we had the opportunity to begin to introduce these new mission statements and these new core values to the organization. We did that with some caregiver news reports, with some meetings with departments, with some other common ways to celebrate this new language that we had. And one thing that we did not have were posters to replace the ones on the walls that had our former mission statement on them. So now we are getting those posters more readily available, and you'll begin to see them posted up in areas that are in the more of the caregiver operation areas. One of the things that happened during the middle of that poster production was there was a change in design, hopefully to make the language of that poster, the wording, more readable, more visible. And so we're using the current posters that we have in the less public areas. And as we get the new posters, we'll be putting them up in the more public areas as well. So as that visibility increases, we have a chance to, again, stop and reflect on what the mission means for us. So you'll be seeing posters like this, maybe in some of the areas where you work, some of the meeting rooms that we have. And you can actually go see a new version of those posters on the Pacific campus. The mission poster like this and core value posters are actually up in the hallway between the bottom of the escalators and the area that leads to the cafeteria and the chapel. So go check those out if you have a chance. And again, as we're talking about the mission statement, it's good to say what the mission statement is. As expressions of God's healing love, witness to the ministry of Jesus, we are steadfast in serving all, especially those who are poor and vulnerable. And we remember that that call to be steadfast, that call to serve out what brought us into healthcare, the desire to show people love through the care that we give them, and to be there for those especially who are experiencing struggles and vulnerabilities in life. Those are key points of that mission statement. And then we have our core value words that begin with compassion, that word about suffering with, feeling with, holding the way of being of the other person, followed by dignity, justice, excellence, and integrity. And as we have limited time to explore these in this short video section, I would encourage you to go on the internet and go under departments on our internet page, find spiritual care, and then look for mission integration, and you'll see a description of the mission statement and the core values there as well. So thank you for being here as part of our caregiver family, our community. who is acting on that mission and core value statement over the time of our work. And I hope that as these new touchstones to those statements become more visible, that you'll have another opportunity to reflect. There's a bit of news to share with you again during the beginning of this week. You're encouraged to get your tickets for Strikeout Stroke of the Seattle Mariners baseball game, which takes place on Saturday, July 27th. You can use the promo code STROKE, STROKE, for discounted tickets for that game. And you can find a link to purchase those tickets and more information on the internet page or the caregiver newsletter that is coming out. And then we're also seeking coaches and team leads for the Heart and Stroke Walk. That event is set for October 12th, but already we're in the process of planning for the teams that are involved in that. You can attend a coach rally on Thursday, June 27th. Email Jessica Kinney for details about that. And then finally, the Providence Medical Group North Everett Clinic is expanding its clinical staff to accommodate caregivers who are working on campus and have an acute injury or illness before or during or after a shift. So there's an effort as a 6-month trial to make this more available to caregivers starting July 8th. Appointment times will be set aside specifically for caregivers and your family members who need non-emergent medical care. So the new on-campus care option will be available Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Watch for more information on the internet and the caregiver news about that as well. And blessings on your week and on your day as you continue to serve in our ministry together and show yourself to be expressions of healing love to our patients, their families, and to each other. God bless you.